3 minutes went by fast. Okay. Let's see here. Welcome to WCIA Network. Let me just let people in my house know I'm on. 1 minute. One moment. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to WCIA Network. Happy Monday, fun day. I think today's Monday. Hi, Muffin Top. Thank you. Oh, yes. Muffin Top, my mod. We've got members here, Nola and Willie. Hi. And I've got something to go over, and it's staying within the same Summer Moon Wells missing children. Welcome, welcome. Everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. And everything I do is for the sake of the missing children, to help find them, to help tell their story, get their story out there, get their story understood, and bring justice home. I am going to be going over particular parts of this story specifically for a few news writers that I want them to hear what I have to say. So I will be repeating a bit from the beginning in order for anyone that is new to the story and new to the understanding of the thought process here. Back in June 15th, last summer, over a year ago, Summer Moon Wells, like the rest of the people here listening and those that are following her story and helping to bring justice, were introduced to a little girl that just took, I would say, the nation's heart. Summer Moon Utah Wells went missing, and to me, she is the leader of the pack of all of the children that have been affected by the people that no one gives a shit to bust open. The got gone, get gone kids, the got gone, get gone adults, elderly, whoever they are, that nobody wants to take the time to really look at the elements. I should rephrase that. Not take the time. They don't want to get involved. There's something about this story. There's something about Summer Moon Wells missing children that goes too deep into either the law, the authorities, government. I don't know. I don't mean government. I do not think this is political. I mean people in high powers, in a higher place than they even care, that it's such a higher place that they don't care to blow this open. So for over a year, this channel here, along with many others, have been investigating and helping blow this open. For over a year, I have been showing the same elements, same information, the same story as Summer Moon Wells within all the other children and in all the other adults' children's story. It's all the same. So any element that you see here tonight has been shown for over a year. Nothing new, nothing surprising, nothing that my people here at WCIA Network haven't seen already. The issue is the law enforcement is staying away. The issue is in Hawkins County. The issue is within TBI not blowing this open, and the FBI hasn't done it either. From here to Utah, Montana, and wherever else these children are being taken and brought to, none of the counties, not one of them, have touched this story. But yet, they have nothing to go by. They have called all of the stories. Harmony Montgomery, Michael Vaughn, Serenity McKinney, the twins, Boswell, Summer Moon Wells, all of them. All of them. Now I put Aiden in there. I put Dylan in there. I have a lot of children in there. I have Timothy. I have Timothy Pitson. I have what's his name? William from Australia. There is something going on much deeper than these children getting taken and just getting thrown off the face of this earth. The story is deep because it's the story that is continuing this kind of a sacrifice, this kind of a heartless, sick murder, which they are calling some sort of sacrifice. The story lies within the people of the community. The story lies within the people of the country. The story lies way deep down under the feet of the authorities. There is no way that they're clueless to what I'm showing. What is obvious is they don't care to touch it. I show YouTube stories. I show death. I show the same elements I'm about to show you again. And it continues and it's not being stopped. That's the problem. That's the story beneath the story. That's the story that the children, the Summer Moon Wells missing children, want exposed. They want their story told. I've got their story down pretty well. No one gives a shit. They could chalk it up to crazy lady all they fucking want. It's their story. And they're sticking to it. The guilty are laughing, the guilty are getting away with it, and they continuously do it. Why? Because that's where our country is. Why? No one's stopping them. Why are they continuously doing this and laughing, having gay all the time? Why shouldn't they? They're being protected somehow. That's the story underneath the story. That's what I want exposed. That's what I want to see on CNN. That's what I want to see on Dateline. That's what I want to see on Good Morning America. That's what I want to see on Dr. Phil, who completely fucked it up. Giving them a pat on the back saying that, they're not guilty. It's impossible that they had. Really? What is he hiding? It's being kept a secret. And I'm here to tell you it's a secret no longer. I have the right people looking at it now. I have the right attention of the people that really don't give a shit about the law enforcement. What they care about is having the best story that they could bust open, and that would be the law enforcement to bust open. They will find themselves a winning story. And that's what they want. And that's what I'm giving them. On a platter. So at the end of the day, they look at all this information, one video in time, start in the beginning. Okay, it's going to look like really freaking weird in the beginning, but as they continue seeing it for over a year and seeing that the story still fits and it's the same elements, they're going to be like, holy shit. Holy shit. And they're going to rip you fuckers apart. Because that's what they do. They thrive on shit like that. I'm not going to let Summer Moonwell's missing children be forgotten. I know the tragedies around here, it will be forgotten because there'll be another tragedy tomorrow. And that's what I'm here to tell you tonight. So the stuff I'm showing you tonight is just another layer of information that matches. It's a layer of information that was found within Jody Sue's video. It's a little sliver of a photo that shouldn't have been there. Stuck in between her sick fucking video. So to those that are involved, hold on to your shorts. For those that are covering this up, good luck. Good luck is what I say. The reporters that are interested in this are reporters that dig deep. They're reporters for the country. They dig for their information. And they get it. So don't you worry for a damn thing. Hawkins County. No one's waiting for you to bust this open. Because no one really cares who you are. They don't know who you are. But they will. They will. Because they're going to do their research. Because that's what they do. They're going to dig deep down into all the videos that I have of Benny and Jody Sue and Don showing death and blood and killings and be like, wow, now I get what you mean. Why aren't they in jail? Well, you tell me why. You're going to be the reporter of the story. You go report that story. You find out why they're not. Who is really who? Who is the sheriff? Who is this person? Who is that person? And they're not just some rinky-dink. They're national that will go international. Because this is an international story. I have shown the connections internationally. So, good luck with that. Let's see if you take their phone calls. Let's see if you take their phone calls when they're calling to interview you. Let's see if you say no comment. Let's see if you give your information. My bet, no comment. It'll be no comment. I have the, let me look, his Timothy Williams. Oh God, my brain. Let me look this up. William Tyler. William Tyler brings this story international. William Tyler's story, this little boy matches the elements to the T, all the way down to the keychain from Australia, all the way down to the keychain that hangs in Benny's window, Jody Sue, Candace's face. I don't give a shit where the shit's hanging. It all matches. William is from Australia. William brings it international. He will get justice. He will have his story told, and it won't be from the authorities. It's going to be from the news stations. That's how it's going to be done. I cannot wait any longer and put the faith and the fate of the Summerwell's missing children in the hands of the law enforcement. Because it won't happen. I'm wasting my fucking time. And guess what? Whoever's listening, law enforcement, you are not my go-to. I have my reporters waiting for an explanation of what I'm talking about. And what I'm doing right now today is giving them the reason why I want them to take the story. Because the law enforcement isn't doing anything. And our country cannot sit back and wait for someone to do it for us anymore. We sit back and wait for us to be protected by our country. Didn't happen. I sat there and watched people get massacred because we created that. We have created a country that is okay with what they're doing to these children. And we create a country where people are afraid to stand up to the bad. They are afraid for their lives. Well, too fucking bad. The reporters are not. Michael Vaughn is with Summer Moon Wells. I have already talked to a handful because I am a big part of what happened in the massacre. And I made a deal with them. Story for story. Story for story. This little boy all the way from Australia, this little William's face will get justice just like the kids here in the USA. He will get it. So help me God, it will happen. I've nothing else I want to do other than this. So much stronger than I did yesterday. So much stronger before the 4th of July. My purpose has been cleared. It is a clear vision. it's gonna go down. I am not waiting anymore. Showing pictures over and over and over and over. Pictures of people, of dead things, and blah, 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 blah. It's the craziest shit I have ever witnessed. When I re-look over my stuff, I'm like, I cannot believe. Forget blowing it open. Who am I? I'm a clairvoyant giving information, but I'm giving pretty good damn information. I'm giving information that matches. I'm giving real information for authorities to take something and do something with it. It matches. I don't care if they're all in white with red hearts. They all are. I don't care if Don has a red band over his head that looks like so ridiculous. So did Benny. It doesn't matter. It matches. That's what I thought the law enforcement did. They take matching elements and they go for it. All you needed is in 3 different places. 3. So what I'm going to show here tonight is just yet another example of what's going on and not being stopped. I think that this is where they're taking them. This is part of where they sacrifice them. And it all makes sense. For those that don't know why it makes sense, please go over my other videos. Fishing has been a huge part of it. Even when Hunter said in his interview, oh, they're going fishing, and he did it with like his quote. You know, when people do fishing and they put like their fingers up, like they're making quotes. Because the fishing isn't really fishing. They're fishing with sick shit. This is fishing to them. Wait, where's my other copy? I thought I took that one out. Let's see. This is it. Okay. One second. It's my updated copy. My updated copy is going to be 68 photos, 68 slides. All of these slides have been taken from the small little insert that was in Betty Sue's last video. Betty, I keep calling her Betty. I am so sorry. Jody Sue's last video that had a sliver, just a small little sliver between many of her other slides. Now, when I see a sliver of information between slides, that means that this sliver of information is the one of truth, and the slides between them is the deep fake. And that's what's been happening with all of the videos that I have done. I have done my best to teach people how to go in and look at the truth within the deep fake. And to the best of my knowledge, I would have thought that the authorities would have done that by now. And they would have blown this shit apart, but they haven't. So if you look at my last couple of videos, you will see the sliver, the little teeny photo that I used to be like, wait, what? I'm like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. So I went to find this little girl, to make sure that, I looked at it at first and I'm like, I said it could be nothing. I didn't want to just put any little child's, photo up here, and I'm like, it could be nothing. Could be nothing. It could be something. Authorities, please look at it. It could be nothing. It could be something. I don't know. All I know is that it was in the middle of Jody Sue's video. Period. Like, it shouldn't be slivered in Jody Sue's video that's all that I knew, right? Let me see here if it's right here. For those who, I don't know if I saved it as a picture. We may not have. You'll see it in here. So I went to grab the video. Actually, before I show this to you, I went to grab the video, and I do what I've always done before. I tape it. Here, there's the 24-minute one. I tape it and I put it on my computer. So this video, everything I do and say falls under Section 107, the Copyright Act. So everything I do and say and show is for the sake of the missing children. I don't know this company. It's not about the company. I don't mean any harm towards the company. I don't give a shit about them. All I know is they have bloody children, and they have every element from the last year within what I'm going to show you. Every element. So, sorry to the company. If you really give a shit about this, you will go into your videos and send them into wherever the fuck you want, because they're not going to care anyways. But know that this is in your video. So it's video like this that this is their video that I watched, okay? And all I did was do exactly this. I taped it, put it on my computer, and just started snapping back and forth and away, back and forth like this. What I have found was let's see how I just did that so easily? What I have found, I'm going to show you, is that the people on this boat contain all the elements. For instance, what he has on his face is an element that's on the Summer Wells Missing Children's faces. It shows so crystal clear, and it's on so many people, and it follows from beginning to end, the elements from beginning to end, all the way to where they're sedated on the boat with body parts. So this was, to me, a very good video to show the people that are interested in writing the story. So this, I'm speaking to them and to you guys, to my beautiful subscribers and members. This here is what I'm talking about. So it appears throughout the video. No matter where I was stopping and no matter what I was doing, it wasn't covered, right? It's right there. The little girl with the blonde hair looks just like the adult that appears with her. There are about 2 or 3 females that are identical looking. Now, he's not using his specific daughter. She's the cover-up. She is the Summer Moon Wells missing children story. Summer Moon Wells was used as part of that story until she disappeared. So Summer Moon Wells is the face of many. Just as if this man's child is the centerpiece for you to pay attention to. She's adorable, she's cute, she's fun, she's in all the videos, but she is being used as a cover-up. So when you just fly through this like this, just pinch back and forth, and this is what I did. This is the daughter. I'm sorry I have to show her, but she has to be shown because she is the cover-up. She's the cover-up. So I will be showing you very clear photos of whoever little daughter this truly is in a situation like this, whose face looks just like Summer Moon Wells missing children in all of the cases that I'm working. This is a very serious video that I'm putting out there today. I believe that the people in this video can be busted open. We know that water is involved. We know that we have seen this picture, which comes from the young couples, the Beestons, the whatever family that I've looked into, the Kents. They're on a boat, and they have the same equipment that I showed in this video is on this boat. And that is what Summer Moon Wells missing children look like at the end of their life. He happens to be standing on the front of a boat. So wherever I stop, wherever I look and go, and stop and just do, the video pairs up perfectly with what's going on. He has his boots surrounding a young girl with long blonde hair, and that is not his daughter. His daughter isn't dressed like that. That is a victim that I will show you standing over a boat just like this girl with long blonde hair, being thrown in like a fish. These elements create a complete story. The elements create a complete cult-like situation that is deep enough that no one wants to touch it. I think it's a massive moneymaker. I think that there's some particular ties. I think this is international. I believe a lot of the people that are being used beneath the sex and all of that are immigrants. They're people that no one's looking for. That person in the back is in really bad shape, you guys. And, I get it, and I understand that when I began this months ago, I do understand how there's her shoes, there's her boots. Before, the boots are pink because they want, oh, here they are, they want you to think that they're little girls. They're not. They're just laying on the floor. I do understand how in the beginning it was very difficult to wrap your heads around, but at this point of the story, what you see here is what's happening. And these people are being victimized. They have some sort of masks on their faces, and their matches, the masks here that you see here on this person's face. And you will see, if you go back, matches all the other crazy masks that are on people's faces. They're connected to machinery that the authorities don't want to bust open. It's here. This is a location that a real good reporter has the funding and has all the necessary equipment to go there on foot. To go there on foot. We don't, and they definitely don't want to have the YouTubers do what we're doing, because we're a pain in their ass, you guys. That's not his little girl. She's limp. They're carrying her out of the boat. And then it turns into a fish because they don't want you to see it's a human. So it's time. It's time to put it in the hands of people who don't have a tie. All they have is the opportunity to basically get themselves a golden award for creating one of the very best stories of the year. That's what they have. They have the opportunity, whoever is listening, you have the opportunity to create and bring to life the story that no one wants to talk about. And it's this. It's this. It's this. All of this. This is why it needs to be with a reporter. It needs to go to someone who has all to gain and nothing to lose. Someone who knows that these waters are fake, that what's below her is completely ridiculously sliced in there. And that's not his daughter that he's kissing. It's got to go to someone who is looking only for the story. They want the story. Because this story here, with all the people here being victimized, this is from all over the country. This is a story that will not put a reporter in harm's way, as I feel as if the law enforcement somehow is putting themselves in a position that they got themselves into and they can't get out. The angle is truly to bring it the way that I'm doing it, to bring this to the people that have nothing to lose and all to gain. This little girl is not his little girl. She is an adult or a teen or another little child that is being sacrificed in this situation. The information that I have pulled out in the PDF is the information of truth that is lying between the deep fake. And that's all I have been doing, is taking the deep fake and going between the lines. That's it. All this information is taken from the frames that lie between the bullshit. So you just play this through and look, you're just going to see her face. You go a little slower and it starts to show you just like that. When it goes real fast, it goes right to it. Goes right to it. And as you continuously show that same frame, it begins to show the truth. And that's what I have been doing for a year. I know where to find it. I know how to grab it. No one's talking about it. This is the person who is being sacrificed in this video. She's it. She's the main event that they're fishing with. She's the main event. We've seen these things on the faces. We've seen the white mesh. They use those white strings somehow to pull. They use them. It's not what's supposed to be on their face. And the funny thing is, what makes me very curious is that we have pretty good crime people on YouTube. They're not touching this. They're not touching this. And they have no intentions on going beneath this and being a part of the truth. They have no want to do that, you guys. This fish here, when I'm going to show you the pictures, when this fish here gets pulled in, it's not funny what happens. This child, I don't know what they do. I don't know if they cut these things open. This is up to the professional creators and investigators that are going to take this story on and figure out what's going on in here and to see what really happens within these photos. They cut the fish open and they are using it. They're using it as bait. And they use something with the body parts. But understand, you guys, this isn't his daughter. I am a clairvoyant. He is very angry. He is very abusive. This is what's coming through. Summer Moon Wells knew the moment that she was going to be sacrificed, just like this person here does. They know what's going on. They know what's going on with them. They know what their destiny is by this point. She's all ready to go. She knows her destiny. This is the last part of the process. According to Arbania, they spent 3 days raping, abusing, and really harming these kids, taking trophies from them, taking pieces of their body, taking limbs, taking skin, so they look like this before they make them go into the water. She said it. It's in my video that I interview Arbania. So this here comes right after this part. And this is for the authorities. I'm not even discussing, this is for my, the people that are looking to find the real story, the ones that are looking for that Nobel Prize story, because it's here and it's here waiting for them. It's here waiting for them. Everything that's between. See how it's a little blurry right now? It's blurry not because I'm stopping between frames. It's blurry because there are frames stuck between their frames, you see. And they're usually like whatever shows in those little corners. I'm going to show you because I have a whole PDF. Do you see how it's just different? I don't know. I do not believe for a second that they're cutting fish. This person here is not his child. First of all, she doesn't even have the life preserver on, you see. This is a bad situation for whoever this is. And it's all right in here. I haven't played with this part yet, but I could tell you right now that this here will be, whoever decides to take this story will be the game changer to bust this shit open. I know this body is limp. I know that this body is drugged. I feel it. pretty much not aware of what's going on to her. And the problem that I have, it's super easy to grab these pictures. See, like that thing in his mouth. So for any of the reporters that are going to be working towards this, I've already pulled these videos apart in my prior videos. This one is just ready to go. See, she's in a contraction. See how she's attached to that thing, that fake. This is what's called the fake car. Even though they're in a boat, she's connected to these bars. She can't move. She has those white bars going across. And I'm going to bust this shit right open. They will be able to investigate exactly where they are. The boxes that I say that go international, like those black boxes that get picked up, and those black boxes happen to be on this boat. They're being brought across the water. So for all I mean, the only thing that makes sense to me is that they're bringing this stuff illegally across the water, and their people, their body parts, I really don't know, but she's in bad situation, and so is everybody else on the boat. I would like to spend time, once I show you the PDF, on what they're actually cutting up, because this to me is they're putting shit in fish. It's all I know. And I would like to get a photo of evidence doing it. Those are the white face. And summer moon wows would always say fishies, fishies, fishies. Like they're with the fishies. And there's something that they do within these fish. And then they sell them. But to those that are doing it, you're being watched. You're being investigated. And don't you worry for a damn second. You're not being investigated by those that are either paid off or have no intentions of touching this shit. Those days are over. Those days are over. It's whoever takes the story first is going to get the story. Whoever does their investigating first will get the story. Because I know my channel has all the information. See that little teeny square right here? These are the squares that let's see what's in this square. Where'd it go? Here it is. Let's see. Sometimes these squares show the truth. And you could see them because it's usually different than what is being shown in his photo. And it's not what's being shown in his photo, that we know. But When he does the cooking in here, whatever photos he uses, he shows just sick shit. But I know that my PDF really does give really great information. Like, this little girl here is not his daughter in the corner. I'm just showing this. Let me show you this as an example. They don't want you to see these corner photos because most people are not watching the video the way I'm watching the video. So the people in the corner are victims. See? They're a little different looking than what you think they should look like. And it's right at minute 18. They have these masks on. They're being victimized. I don't know what they're doing to them. That is now up to the reporters. Literally Dateline. Literally CNN reporters, like real reporters. Not the authorities. Fuck that. Forget that shit. This is pretty crystal clear that is not him sitting down having dinner with his wife and daughter. He's not. There's something with the Skittles. I think Skittles are what they're using. I think Skittles as some kind of a drug in there. This will piss people off. This will scare people. I don't care if anyone comes in here and put their thumb down. I understand. They're either guilty, they don't want their friends to get in trouble, they have mental issues, they're mentally unstable. So at this point, I don't really give a fuck if you come in here. You know, those who come in here and are going to create, for my mods, Donna and Muffin Top, that's okay. Let them come in here and watch what's going to happen. Let them come in here and understand that the authorities, I'm not, this isn't for them. I was interviewed by a lot of very major people for the massacre. And my main reason is because this is the story I told them that they're going to, and they want it. They want it. Because this was found within Jody Sue's video, to me is the connection to Summer, because Summer looked just like these people. She was covered in all of this stuff. Now understand that everything I've showed in the past that may not look exactly like what I'm showing you, that's okay, because it's a process. It's a process that they go through. It's a long process. There's something about the first 3 days that are the most brutal and abusive, and then they're just sedated. And then they're brought through the rest of their sacrifice. Don and Candace sold their child. And they're telling the truth. They have no idea what they're doing with her. They have no idea what they did to her, because once these kids are sold, and once they're taken, even when the parents know, they're not told any stories. They're not told any information. I'm going to show you all the pictures in the corners. I still have like a 70-page PDF, but that's okay. This guy's taking something off his face. That's a room of other kids in there. It's not his daughter. He's really using a major cover up, and these videos they're made poorly, but no one has truly looked at them to stop and understand that this is like warfare. This is like they're using stuff like what you use, like nuclear shit. Like their faces are melting. Like they look so crazy. That's what's in that picture, you guys. I am putting my faith in my industry of journalism, in the people of journalism that I know, as that is my background. I know that a big story like this they want, because they will be world known for a story like this. World known. And it's quite apparent that not a lot of people have the information that I have. I don't even want to see what's in that small box, because this shit is fake. This is what's beneath the photos I just showed you. So what I have to show you is the PDF that holds all of these pictures of that. Basically, I would say the photos that are between the deepfake. The photos that are between what you are being told is the truth. Most of the people on this boat are being used as bait. As bait. They're not in good shape or form. They are not laughing. Most of them don't know that this is, like, the people in here get somehow sedated, and they're laughing about it. Like, if you were to watch a regular video, you'll see that the main people are like, oh yeah, they're all sleeping, they had a long day. And if you look really closely, they're not sleeping. They're pretty much put to sleep. And this blonde hair girl is the main event. So if you think that I'm showing his daughter and I'm showing this as a child, it's not his daughter. His daughter is alive and well. It's a cover-up. So as I show you, like I do this with the video, I try very hard to get like what's between this dude's head. Like it's right in there. It's right in there. I could feel it on my fingertips. As my fingers are on the cursor, I could tell that there's something pretty juicy going on right in there. I think it's my years of working the Ouija board. Like, I was super good at it, where so good at it that in college the dean came, and I've told that story in my other videos. They came to my dormitory and said if I use another one of those again, I will be kicked out of college, because I was so good at it and told people who I didn't know about their grandparents. Never freaked me out because I'm the one doing it. But I think that the way my hands move or something, I could land right on what I need to. Because it's not easy. It's not easy to land on a frame between a frame. Now, any one of your photos, your frame between your frames, shouldn't have anything on them, right? They should just be regular freaking frames. This guy here, this one is in real trouble. Like, see all these men? They're all in trouble. They're not in good shape. They're lined up not for fishing. They're lined up to be the bait. And as this video goes on, you see it. You see what happens to their bodies. They get covered and start looking just like that gal. Here, I'll show you, that I showed you, covered in white. No one on this boat is here to bring a fish home and eat it with their family. None of them. They wind up looking just like all the other Summer Moon Whale's missing children. They're wrapped like mummies. They are being sacrificed and being thrown into the water. And by the way, they do each have a number 5 box. It's like a fishing game or something. Like, they go in and then people trying to find them. And but this video was a perfect video to show my newscasters, my reporters, the people that really want the story. This is a great introduction to what is happening, to show you how this just happened like 5 days ago, and these photos and these images match each and every element within the last almost 400 videos. There's the Skittles. She takes the Skittles, and within minutes, she's like leaning over the boat. That's not a normal fishing rod. Like, what's happening here is the beginning, you know? And anyone that knows anything about fishing, or, you know, Watch what happens. She's just like how Summer Moon Wells was. She's covered in the white. She has Skittles next to her. She is in a bad situation. And they're using her. She has the equipment all over her. And Summer Moon Wells did too, because the photo that we have of her in the car, forget that photo. That photo is so fake. And it's nothing. This could be Summer Moon Wells, for all we know. Because let me tell you something. It came from Jody Sue. You guys, this came from Jody Sue. She is bound. She is bound. Her feet are bound. Their bodies are bound. With all this white shit. All the white mess, you guys. There is no difference between these videos and all the prior videos. White boots on, pink boots on, no boots on, then she has a jacket on, then she doesn't have a jacket on. I mean, they really did not keep anything consistent in this one. You see, they have like these things, like I'm going to show you the pictures. In those things they have like head bones and skeletons. I don't know what they're doing, but it's not new. It's all consistent. And this guy has many videos that I could go through. See how they're covering something up on her face? Watch. See? You see? She's being sacrificed. She's being sacrificed. Yes, here is fake. They definitely make them all look the same. And this child winds up over the boat. This child becomes this and sacrificed. She winds up in a cylinder and it's just not stopped, you guys. See her neck? I'm happy I'm doing the video first, and then I'll show you the photos. Definitely thumbs up, guys. If you could support me in any way, thumbs up, subscribe, watch the other videos. Makes a difference to my channel, because this is all I'm going to be doing. This is what you see. I'm just going to show you a little bit more of this. See her face, how it's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. And we do know fishing has been a part of the Summer Moon Wells missing children since the beginning. Fishing was one of the first things that was brought up for that day. And fishing just happens to be part of the process. It's not really fishing. It's exactly how Hunter explained it. It's exactly how he explained it. My question to my question to Jody Sue, why the fuck do you have this on your video? Oh, Muffin Top, thank you so much. I really appreciate that super chat. It does. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Jody Sue does come in here occasionally. Ask her why would she have this little girl's picture slivered between. I would never have found it if she didn't have it slivered between her video. And it was being advertised, you guys. It was like push something and something. And she advertised for it. See, do you see those little boxes in there? These here are what they collect. See, all of my elements, thanks Muffin Top. All of my elements, they don't change. I said that these were one of the most crucial parts of their element. And this is that, with the number 5 on it, this is their box that you see in Benny's video and in under Candace's doll collection. It's just like that. That's all it is. It's some freaking box. They're all under the water. Like, they're all under the water here, you guys. They're here. This is the water that you see, you know, Summer Moon Wells fake swimming in. They say it's the water hole, but it's got to be somewhere where they keep all these things. You know, where they keep them. You see how it's not a fish? Parts, the small little detail parts of that story, like really what is that? One day will come out. Look at, he's so angry. One day will come out. It will come out with the story. See, her mouth is covered. See how it's not his child at all. It's fake. Totally fake. I know the reporter that I want to take the story, so we'll see. It's an award-winning story is all I know, because it's going to go just as deep as the people that are involved. She is so covered in all of the white mesh. She is so ready to go as a sacrifice. Just as Summer Moon Wells was. The only difference here We have it on tape. We have it on tape. See how that's not his daughter? You see this? See his anger? And you see the face in there? His daughter is a cover-up, just as Summer Moon Wells is. You see that thing going in her eye? That little eye prickly thing? It's like a spider. I saw it. They bought one at the... Right before they went to this bait shop. And they bought one of those. That's what that is. And it can't be mistaken, guys. It's pretty much right in front of you. This person is bound, tied up. Not his daughter. She's got the maroon metal all over her. She is connected to the pole. And it's basically her last moments of life. You see? You see the bottom? They're attached. It's very sad. But I'm going to I've gotten past the point after this horrific situation that has happened over the 4th. I'm past the point of waiting for the authorities. I'm past it. Because I can't send one more head on a platter to anyone that doesn't give a shit. This speaks pretty loud and clear, guys. Loud and clear. What about this? What about this, I wonder, that the authorities just don't want to touch it? I am so curious about the story beneath the story. I'm so curious who is covering this up and why. And why would they cover this up when they're bound together? It's mind-blowing, right? And then they all go to fake sleep. Watch. And then I'll get to the PDF. And he's like, ah ha ha ha, they're all sleeping. Okay. The dude in the window is not sleeping. Look at. Let's see what's going on with the dude in the window. It's connected to something. We know the ones in the back are like no longer with us. That's like obvious. The lady in the back has something wrapped around her head. The one in the window is in a bad situation. I mean, seriously. Is anyone as like dumbfounded as I am? Like, aren't you just dumbfounded? Like, I don't get what the deal is. Like, why is it that this is still continuing? His head is in a contraction. He's like freaking dripping shit from his head. Look. Like, does anyone else find that really weird? He has the tube coming down his neck like all the other ones. And he's right in the window. Like, it's not being covered up, you guys. And they're, you know, like the ones in the back. I already showed you guys the ones in the back. They're like dead. Okay, they're not even alive, the ones in the back. Like stretched out with their heads like that. And everyone else is like put to sleep. The one in the window is history. Like, his head is in some concoction. It's like, aha, they're all sleeping. And then they go underground out here. And there's a person with the mask on his face. He doesn't want to be seen. And then it's going to be up to the investigators to figure this part out. That's obviously not the daughter. Whenever they're cooking, it would be very interesting to see what the hell they're doing. Because this is some sort of human shit. And oh, there we go. See how it's breaking up? See this picture? That's really breaking up. So when there's a photo that perfectly lies in a little box, is the truth of whatever's happening in that room. But I don't understand the photo. So let me show you. like this. This is really what's in this room. Those look like people on the ground eating. So whatever appears in this box, even though it's hard to see, is the truth. Is the truth. It's very hard to see, but these little boxes never lie. Very rarely do I get them, but you could see that there are people eating, and that's really what's happening on the boat. So what I tried to do is get that little frame bigger. See how it goes away? I mean, it really just takes a steady hand. And you see what's on that box is totally fake. It's someone's face. You guys see that? Like, photos like this start to appear, and they show the truth. And we all know that's not the back of the box, right? I mean, so it just will just keep breaking apart. Be interesting to see what's in here, because this is the only section of the video I sort of didn't go over. Seems quite interesting. All right, I'm going to show you some photos that I collected from the video I just showed you. So, actually, let me get rid of this movie and I'll put it back up. Okay. So the front of their bus obviously changes ridiculously. So here's some of the photos that I felt are important to show the reporters that are looking into this story. Here is the child that is at the tip of the boat towards the end of the boat ride. It seems as if this is where they get sacrificed and put into the water. It makes a lot of sense because of this one. I could feel that this is the same situation. And this is what happens towards the end of the boat ride. Here are closer looks of really what's going on while they're fishing. Again, these photos have not been manipulated, touched, nor changed. All that they are frames between frames. Anyone could grab the frames. You just need a steady hand. And I'm sure there's plenty of equipment out there that will do that for you. I don't have it. This is what is on the end of her fishing pole. Now, let me find the full photo so you could see what it looks like full. Page 5. The end of these guys' fishing poles, they have humans. Okay? Let's see. Let me try to find it in my this over fishing bee. Okay, so at the end of their fishing poles, they actually have humans, and it's really super easy to grab the humans. Column, one sec. I want to show you what the whole photo looked like. I have a lot of pictures of the fishing with these humans. They're using them as bait. I mean, there's no other way of explaining it other than they're using them as bait. And each and every pole that happens to be in the water is being used as bait. Let's see. Right? I could probably, I'm finding it here, but I could probably also grab it in the video, because from the video is really interesting. Let me see if this is it. Anyone who knows me, I always have a hard time finding the photo. I mean, I know it's in here because I just did it. Let's see if it's this one. Got it. Wait till you guys see this. This is in the water, so this can't be any clearer that they are fishing with humans. It's right between the video. It's in the video. She has a number 5 box around her. She's holding the yellow piece. This is the Summer Wells Missing Children. It's right there. She actually has the box on her, you understand. See that? The interview room, Duty Ron, whoever they are, they won't touch us with the 10-foot pole. That's what makes me so curious. There's no reason that should be there. So they're fishing with humans. Now here's a person that's about to be sacrificed. She has the equipment on her. I know that for a fact. She has the machine on her back. She has a thing over her face. She looks pregnant to me, but I don't know. This woman is about to be put at the edge of the just like this person. But this is in the video. You could find it for those that are listening, those that are interested in taking the story. You could find all of this. I could show you how. I could tell you the exact frame. I have timestamps. Here is another photo of a human being thrown in the water as bait. It's not the same person. And the number 5 box is right above him. Whatever's going on the upper right hand corner, they're just part of the process. This is what's going on inside the boat. So let me see if I have a clear photo. I don't know how clear you see this. Each one of these individuals are connected to a machine. They're basically connected to the machine. Let me see if I have a clearer photo of it. Oh, I do. Okay. So this lady, they're not fishing. Wait, let me see if I get it clear. They're not fishing. They're part of the circumstance. Yeah, it's not that much clearer. Their hands are in a contraction. Their hands are bound. And they're in the same kind of equipment that I have shown before. Hands in the wood. They're connected. And they're all on the boat. They're all on the boat. You see. There's this photo here I believe is very important. He's holding on to someone, but it hasn't come through yet. So I put this out there because I know that there's a photo within the photo for this one. I see him holding a lady, but it's not ready to show itself. So I'm keeping it in here in hopes that it does show itself. I think it's going to be a really important photo. But as far as I could see, I can't see much. If that makes sense. I know what's in there. But that doesn't matter if I know. It has to be crystal clear, understood and seen by whoever is going to be taking this story. It has to be understood, right? And it's a tough one. It's a tough one, but I know it's there. I know it's there. Seeing if I could put it on here as an individual photo. Sometimes when I put it as an individual and not in the PDF, it reveals. Not always. It reveals in time, when it's time to see it, and there's some very clear child and person, whoever is in here. How could I say it? Is waiting to be seen. Is waiting to be seen. In time. In time, this person will show. Again, it's just the equipment that is on a woman. She's completely covered while she's fishing. This is his fake daughter. The face is coming through a little more clearer. I do see a younger looking child's face in there. Let me see if I could crop it out and bring it up. See, sometimes more information does start to shine through, and then maybe then the other photo of whoever this really is will come through. For all we know, it's summer. I don't know, because again, I have to explain to you. This was found in Jody Sue's video. Okay? In Jody Sue's video. This is what they are doing to this person. You could see obviously two different faces, but the child within this face, I'll crop it in, I will show you. The child within this face is right here. You see that? The difference between the adult on the top, the child on the bottom, and another face behind them? It's never one face. They don't just work with one person at a time. And then the photos start to shift. That's what I do here. I speak to the photos shift, and they tell a story. And they tell a story. This photo here has a story to tell. You see that? But she's definitely connected to that machine. This isn't his daughter. They are not kissing. They have a mechanism between their mouths that I have seen throughout the Summer Wells missing children's case. There is a mouth. There's a part of the equipment that has that. It's part of their ritual, I guess. Some of the people are actually in the water. And it shows that they're actually in the water. And the red heart, and this is part of the equipment that I've shown over and over. It's the white with the red heart, and it's got the maroon pieces. This is exactly what part of the machinery looks like. I don't know what it holds. I don't know if it holds a skull. I don't know what it does. But it appears, and it appears identical throughout. So this is what it looks like. It's in the water. They're in the water with it. Just a close-up of the people that are fake fishing. I showed this before. They tend to have whatever they have in their mouth. And it's just another photo of the one I showed you, basically. Here's a lady that's laying down, and to the left there's that other lady. I believe I showed her yesterday, covered in the machinery, and she has the number 5 box connected to her face. Let me get a closer picture. So this lady is really messed up. I mean, she has all the shit on her. These are just images that we always see in their eyeglasses. He basically has the machinery in his glasses, you know. These photos are getting extremely interesting because what it's showing is that there's an adult actually right above her with her holding the machinery. So basically she's in between, like whoever that lady is in between the fake photos, but she's in there, and it's a face and an image that I don't see anywhere else in the video. So what I like to do is I keep that stuff here because I don't necessarily know what's going to go on with this picture. I hold on to them and I wait to see what comes through. But everything that she has and everything about this lady shows nowhere else in the video. She's holding a completely different stick. It's not the child's hand. This person is important, but we don't have a clear photo of her. I see that she's overweight. I see that her hands are woman's hands. She's holding a different stick. So it's something for me to watch because that could be very important. They're fishing with human heads. That's all I know. This is what it looks like. This is what's on the side of the boat. There's the white with the hearts, and to me this just looks like a pile of bodies. It's disturbing, but the metal with the hearts and everything are in here. Must be part of the equipment. I see boxes. I see a lot of things in this photo, but right now you will not see them. In time you will, but these are people, their babies, their faces, their boxes. They're like, this is what it is, but I don't want to go into any areas tonight that you don't quite see or are ready to be shown, because I need to keep it as clear as can be in order for this story to be picked up. No one's going to pick up a story that looks completely fucking ridiculous. But this is what I'm talking about. This person's face that's slightly coming out of the water will show up clearly. And whatever they do with these people is what they do. The moral of the story is they're doing it, right? Here's a close-up of whatever they're cutting. It happens to be at a trailer park, just like Summer Moon Wells was standing behind. Here are close-up photos of the girl that is holding the fishing rod. It isn't her hand holding the fishing rod anymore. She is bound by handcuffs. It's not the little girl. It's bloody. There's a lot going on in here. Let me get a different picture of this. This here is them driving on the boat. And on the boat, they have the people, like we've seen before. They're all connected. They travel together. They're connected by some bar. But this is basically on the boat. Let me see if I could get this better photo. Well, these are humans. I mean, I don't even know how else to tell you. Like, I mean, I'm trying to stay steady, but they're doing something with humans. They're doing something with babies. And they're going fishing. I mean, we may think it sounds nuts, but the truth is right in front of us. The truth is right in front of us. Here is the girl that started out as his daughter. Slowly it's becoming an adult. That is the sacrificial meaning for this whole entire boat ride. She hasn't left the front of the boat. And she's connected to the rods with the hearts. She has all the elements on her as Summer Moon Wells had during her last days of life. For all we know, it is Summer. Could be Julia. It has to be someone that Jody Sue Brown is connected to enough to stick it within her video. Remember, that little sliver of the video is what brought me to this video. It shouldn't have been in there. She had a place that sliver of truth inside the video, you guys. She had to do it. This is major equipment. It's major equipment, and it's super obvious in the pictures. So I'm just showing you some clips that kind of come from the lower small little slides. He's working on some machinery, and this is quite blurry, but it's showing you what they're cutting up outside the boat. They're cutting up that white stuff. The white stuff. This is the machinery that they have laying on the boat. There's always some sort of body or head down there, but this is part of the machinery that is on the boat, and it seems to be next to the motor. Most of the machinery... Wait, Lori, you could tell that wasn't the same baby girl. I see it all. Yes, these are all different children. Thank you, Judy. These are all different children. They're not the same. These kids go in groups. They go in groups. And these are bodies that they use. They go through a process. I will maybe later this week replay Arbania's The Process, just the voice part, because it tells you about the process, how they very much suffer in the beginning, raped, victimized, locked up, underground, they live in a hole. It's very bad. And then they get them to the point where after they drug them, keep them sedated, do whatever they want with them, then they get thrown in the water. And she said they just walk into the water, and then you have to go find them, find pieces of them. I guess the pieces of them are probably the mesh, the heart, and the box. These are some of the people loading. When you look close up to his photos, they're extremely bloody faces. So just like we do with Benny, just like we do with Jody Sue, just like we do with Don Wells, just like we do with Candace, I look at any photo that's inside their camera. Here shows you a bloody face. So he is actually on the boat taping it. He's taping it. And it's right there. That's the machine, and they're in the water. Now, I don't see palm trees. I don't necessarily think this is out of state. I think this is like Alabama, Kentucky. Like, I don't think this is too far. That's the picture of the face. If you all could see that. It's right in his phone. It's not being covered up. They just really don't expect people to be cropping in, right? But now that these guys are on my radar, they're on my radar, that's for sure. Because I've only looked at one video of theirs so far. I can't even imagine what the other videos look like. They're doing some sort of fishing. This is what they're putting inside the fish. Heads. I didn't put that there. I didn't manipulate this shit. They're the ones who are putting the heads inside the fish. I'm not. I'm not. They're putting the shit inside the fish so they could get fish. Do you understand? They're fishing with bait. It's not fake. It's not fake. They're cutting the fish up and doing this, or putting them in the fish. Just like Summers keeps saying fishies, 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 fishes, fishes, fishes. And how it smells. It smells like fishies, fishies. She says it all the time. They didn't even cover this head up, you guys. It's in the video. It's right there. I'm like, it's a freaking head in a fish. So here are two bodies as they're preparing these things. In that head, see the head in the fish? It's not that clear yet, but there's two humans standing there. But he's making bait. He's making bait. He's making the bait. Even though this looks a little crazy, they're putting this stuff on the water. This sort of reminds me of when we, at the water, when we saw them pushing bodies on a flat, almost like a flat bed that they made with twigs and trees, and then they just let it float. This is sort of the same thing. This is just what's on the side. I don't know what it is. I think they're dead bodies, but whatever. They're pulling this stuff apart. These are body parts, and they're just pulling them apart and using it as bait. I've seen enough of the video to know that. They're fishing with it, you guys. They're fishing with it. I showed this earlier. The children's faces are becoming more clearer. They're standing right there together. They're the Skittles. I showed this before. There's a lot coming out of his jacket. I'm just going to let that grow naturally and just continue with this pace that we're on to get information. I'm not going to push anything. This girl, is this the girl that's over to the left, to the right are the same girls. It's just in different parts of the process, that's all. I think that the one to the left is what they look like prior to going in the water. Here he has very interesting reflections in his glasses. His reflections just show guilt. Again, this is in the reflection of his glasses. It really does show the story of what's going on his boat. It's the room that we've been looking at. It's someone in the seat. It's completely matches the storyboard. The one to the left, again, I'm letting it just grow naturally because it keeps changing and showing more information. I always look for children to see if a child's face looks familiar. But what's showing up on the left, I believe, is going to be crucial. I have shown this before. That's not his daughter. Shown that. Shown that, as you could see, her hands are bound. Shown this. To the left is supposed to be a fish being lifted up, but they're bodies. Those are bodies being lifted. Chained together. And I've shown enough of what's going on to the right. This person is floating in the water. And this is them sleeping. And as you could tell, they're not just taking naps. I showed this before. Show these in the beginning. I've got cover up. So this you could tell, I mean, the hats get changed, and they don't realize it. In one of them, she has a pink hat, and the other one she doesn't. Her face gets changed. She has a lot of crazy stuff on her face, and again, I've shown enough photos that show these elements. Whatever he has the camera in his face, this is what's sold on the dark web. That's sold on the dark web. She's just covered in elements, you guys. I don't even know how else to express to you that this group is part of the Summer Wells Missing Children and Jody Sue Brown. If it wasn't connected to Jody Sue Brown, it wouldn't have been in her video. Period. This is what this child looks like. This is what they did to this child. This is Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. This is Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. They become victimized, taken, sold, thousands of them, and the authorities do not want to get involved. The story that needs to be told is twofold. One, the story, 2 minutes. The story of the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children need to be told, and the story behind the scenes of what occurred through the eyes of the reporters. I do not want to hear anything from the guilty, the law enforcement. None of them are allowed to tell the story of Summerwell's missing children. None of them. This is our little baby girl that we have been looking for since June 15th. June 15th. To all the children that have been touched by the people that are being protected from allowing the story to be shared, we are all going to move forward, and we are going to get the story out despite those who are trying so very hard to keep it buried underground. No more. No more. I love you all for being here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for having the confidence in WCIA Network and coming back for more. May this story just get onto the news, get it exposed, and just bring them down. So watch out to all those who are in high power. We are fucking coming after you. I love you. God bless you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night, folks.